The Royals loved the show. Everyone was happy. The people that were doing the festival were thrilled. And yeah, it was just this great positive thing. And I got to tell you, just to be a part of that was a mind-blowing experience. Definitely top 3 experiences I've ever had.
Bill Burr is facing a ton of backlash for being a part of this Riyadh comedy festival, and it just keeps getting worse. Bill Burr was once seen as one of the few comedians who actually had a spine and who would speak out against corruption and sellouts and billionaires. Yeah, well, he just got duped by Saudi Arabia and has turned into their perfect whitewashing mouthpiece. In the most recent episode of his podcast, he just goes on and on about how dope Saudi Arabia was and basically about how it was one of the best experiences of his life.
I'm not gonna lie, it was a mind fuck, right? So I'm standing there, I'm waiting to go on, and somebody from the crowd sees me. You know? And he's dressed all in their traditional shit, right? And he just goes, "Hey, Bill Burr, I love you. Kick ass, man." And I could just feel him like, these fucking people, the people, okay, they want a fucking show. You could feel it. I was talking to the other comics. You could feel it. They wanted you to push, right? It was really fucking exciting. So I go up on stage and I start doing my shit and they're fucking into it. Everything's going good. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm checking out the diplomats as I'm doing this stuff and they're all fucking laughing. All right, so I'm going to push a little farther. And all of a sudden I start getting in the zone. Well, Billy's feeling loose up there. And my brain just goes, "Gay Jim." And then the other part of my brain goes, "Don't do that." And then I said, "Fuck it, I'm going to do it." So I started doing the joke, and it fucking murdered. It murdered. They all loved it. And at that point, I was just like, fuck it, I'm just doing my act. So I did my act, did the whole thing. And I had to stop a couple times during the show. I was like going like, I'll be honest with you guys, I cannot fucking believe any of you have any idea who I am. This is really amazing. And it was just this great exchange of energy, right? At one point, you know, they know their reputation. So like, they were like extra friendly. They wanted to, it was so funny. So I'm doing this bit talking about how I make my kids breakfast every day. And part of the joke is I go through really quickly the recipe for a Dutch baby. And I just went through the recipe. Obviously, that's not funny. But when I finished saying the recipe, it got an applause break. And I said, all right, you guys, I get it, okay? You're trying to make us feel welcome as Americans. You don't have to go that far. You literally just applauded a recipe. And they all died laughing. The Royals loved the show. Everyone was happy. The people that were doing the festival were thrilled. And yeah, it was just this great positive thing. And I got to tell you, just to be a part of that was fucking amazing. And the comedians that I've been talking to just saying like, dude, you can feel it. They wanted it. They wanted it. They wanted you to like the people want, like, you know, they go online and they see it. And they want to like see real stand-up comedy. So it was a mind-blowing experience. Definitely top 3 experiences I've ever had.
Like, does he really not realize what's happening? Like, of course they're going to treat Bill Burr like royalty. Like, if they arrested or killed an entertainer or athlete at one of these grand events, it would completely negate what they're trying to accomplish, which is Project 2030. And this is where they're trying to diversify their income through entertainment and tourism so that they're not so reliant on oil. And here's the best part that I just loved. He's like, Saudi Arabia has Starbucks and Burger King too. Like, wow, Bill. They have Whoppers and overpriced diabetes coffees. So obviously they're just like us now.
We end up driving into town. It's a city, everything, right? And everybody's just regular. They're dressed different, but they're regular. Like people just shooting the shit. Hey, how you doing? You know, welcome. We're saying, hey, we know we're happy to be here. And we're driving around, and then I'm just like going like, I thought this place was going to be like really tense. And I'm thinking like, is that a Starbucks? Next to a Pete's Coffee? Next to a Burger King? Next to a McDonald's? Next to a Pizza Hut?
All they're doing is trying to hide the ugliness and the horrors of their countries so that someone like Bill would turn around, go on his podcast and tell his American audience how amazing Saudi Arabia is. So exactly what he did. It's literally the plot of the interview, but in real life. At one point in the movie, James Franco's character says, North Korea isn't starving their people. Like, I saw a fat kid. Well, Bill Burr said, Saudi Arabia can't be bad. They have Starbucks and Burger King.
Oh, wow. It's a grocery store. Looks like the Whole Foods around the corner from my place.
Yep, guess no one's hungry here after all.
We have an abundance of food here.
And speak of the devil, look at that fat kid. Hi, little fatty. Hi.
We have many fat children in North Korea.
And we're driving around, and then I'm just like going like, I thought this place was going to be like really tense. And I'm thinking like, is that a Starbucks?
So here's the thing, for regular people, activists or journalists, the reality is very different than what these influential figures are going to see. In fact, the chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, who plays a ginormous role in Vision 2030, Turki Al-Sheikh, quite literally has an entire wing of a Saudi Arabian prison called the Tutu Wing, which is where they place people who criticize him. So there you go. Bill Burr's not alone though. You also have Chris Distefano, who's also talking about how amazing his experience in Saudi Arabia has been, which, to be honest with you, broke my pipsqueak heart because I love the History Hyenas. Justice for Giannis.
Chrissy Compsa, aka Chrissy Camel Toe. And let me tell you something, I'm loving this country so far. I've been here for about 10 hours. I've eaten more food than you can imagine. I want to know what I can do to become a Saudi citizen. My first time ever, I've never even been to the Middle East. I've never been anywhere near here. I don't even usually even go to the beach. Sand, usually I get weird when it gets on me. But when I'm here now, I literally am like, why did I never want to come here? I wish I would have come here 10 years ago. I want to hopefully, I'd like to start another family in the Middle East and not tell my family back home. I'd like to live 2 lives.
Here's where it's a little bit less hypocritical for Chris Distefano to do this. He does not speak out when it comes to politics nearly to the level of Bill Burr. However, he has always been very vocal about his love for America, his patriotism, and also his love for freedom. But apparently when a country with less freedoms and modern day slavery aren't really that bad when they cut the check. But I'm not going to keep harping on this event because it's been dissected 10 million times. But it really does blow my mind because I 100% thought these guys would go to Saudi Arabia, do the show, take their check, go home. But no, they come back and they're playing as Saudi Arabia's PR team. And so this is a far more bizarre outcome than I had ever imagined. But we're only halfway through this festival, so I'm very curious to see what the other comedians say as they all start coming back.